So the way this works is fairly simple. The first thing that happens is when you press this button, a command block will get triggered, which basically does a setBlock command, which sets a redstone block right here. So here's going to be a redstone block which powers these 3 repeaters, and the first one simply replaces that block with air after some time again to make it reusable. And then we have some very old school redstone going on here. This is a T flip-flop which can basically hold 2 states, one's enabled, which is this state with this torch enabled, and disabled with this torch disabled, of course. And if we power it from here, it's going to disable it, and we have this little circuit here which basically travels around all the time with the redstone. So let me just demonstrate it to you once. I will get myself this redstone block here, and if I place it, you see it's going to allow the redstone to travel through until the torch turns on again, because then these repeaters are going to block them and simply save the position where the redstone currently is. And yeah, so it travels through here, and depending on where the redstone currently is, the signal, this basically decides in which state the Wheel of Fortune is. And of course this works using a /clone command, which clones the according template we have built here over to that position, and then yeah, so basically it just spins right through. And this is the second important part, which is the randomizer. So of course we disable this torch to let it cycle through, but after a random amount of time it will be enabled and stop the Wheel of Fortune. And this is what happens here. If we place the redstone block, you see it disables that torch, and it allows this item in the hopper to move over to this hopper. And once this happens, it's going to enable this redstone comparator, which is going to power the dispenser. And inside of that dispenser there are several command blocks that contain NBT data. And yeah, so these are the command blocks that are inside of it. They all contain a block data command with a transfer cooldown, and the transfer cooldown value is the one that differs. And so it's just going to set this command block here to a random one out of these, and it's going to instantly trigger it because of that redstone block here, and then it's going to set it to air again. And for example, if the transfer cooldown of 96 gets chosen, it sets the transfer cooldown value for this item hopper, which currently contains the item, to 96, and after 96 ticks it's going to allow the hopper to put the item back to this hopper again. And this is what enables this redstone comparator then after a random amount of time. And this is going to re-enable the T flip-flop again here. And so let me just demonstrate it again. After a random amount of time, let me show it to you again. After a random amount of time, the item gets back there, and you see it enables this torch and it blocks the repeaters. And what also happens is that here we have the testing whether the player won. So let me just explain how that works. If we do scoreboard objectives list, we see we have a dummy objective called wheel, and in every of these parts we're setting the wheel score for a fake player called #wheel to a score. So once it's at this stage here, let me just put a redstone signal there, you'll see this is the state where the Wheel of Fortune indicates that you won. Let me just show you. Here it does not show you that you won. So if it's here, it sets the wheel score to 1, and we simply test what's the wheel score at the position at the time that the wheel stops. So after it stopped here, we simply do scoreboard player's test for the fake player, whether his wheel score is in range 1 to 1. And if that's true, so the player won, we simply make the villager up there do a /say command, you won, here take your prize, and we give the player a diamond with the custom display name, your prize. And if I just, that's a bit complicated, if I just re-enable this, like that, here we go, and click the button once more, you see it will just spin through, set the wheel score for the fake player, and whoa, I won! That was lucky. So if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them down below in the comments. Also, I will leave a world download in the video description, so if you want to play around with it on your own, simply download it and share it with your friends. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. And if you really enjoyed it and want to see more of my videos, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye!